Hello and welcome to Midwich TV. I am Louis Robinson and yes, I am back in one of my favourite places, that is Innovation House. Usually when I'm down here I've got a new product to play with or I'm filming a video for Midwich TV. This video, super excited because I can do both of those things. In this video I'm going to be taking a look at DTEN's new all-in-one Android bar. And we're going to be taking a look at why DTEN have decided to jump into this segment of the unified communications market. So without further ado, let's jump into the video and let's see what DTEN are bringing to market in this form factor. Now, before we dive into the product and take a look at the features, let's talk a little bit about DTEN and who DTEN are. So DTEN really did pioneer bringing that all-in-one video conferencing device into the meeting room space. And what I mean by that is your interactive type display with microphones, cameras, speakers, all built in, and the capability of doing BYOD if you want that. Now, what if you've already got a screen in your meeting room? You probably don't want to replace that if you just want to bring in video conferencing. And that's why DTEN have brought to market now this all-in-one Android bar so they can tap into that part of the market and also help their existing end users kit out more spaces they've got across their businesses. Now let's get to the exciting bit. Let's start talking about the DTEN bar and start learning a bit about the product. In front of me, you can see I've got a DTEN Mate. In the bundles, when you purchase this bar, you will get one of these controllers. And I say one because there are two options. You can get the PoE version. You can also get a Wi-Fi version too, which means I can walk into the space, pick up the tablet, and I can walk around that space with it in my hand. Being able to walk around, but still having control over that meeting is very important. Let's say I want to mute or I want to join another call, end another call, or share some content. It's really good I can do that in the environment I'm most comfortable. So it's a little feature there, but it's a big one that DTEN have thought about how they can make rooms flexible for the end user. Now behind me is the DTEN bar itself. That is where your microphones, your speakers, and your camera is housed. The bar itself is running on Android, and that is where your platform will natively be running, either running Zoom or Teams. But to make it a little bit more flexible, DTEN have also allowed for BYOD, meaning someone can bring their laptop into a meeting room space and use the bar as a peripheral using just a USB-C cable. Not only will your screen be up on the in-room display so everyone in the room can see the platform you're running, but also that cable can charge a 65-watt laptop too. Very important because the last thing we want while we're giving a presentation or on a video call is our laptop running out of battery. Further diving into flexibility, I do want to touch on this, but it is a platform feature, not a DTEN feature. I mentioned earlier that the bar is native running, let's say, Zoom. You can also use guest join too, which means if you are natively in Zoom and someone invites you to a Teams call, you don't need to worry, the device will join that call. Like I said, it's not a DTEN feature, it is a feature of the platform itself. However, I did think it was important to mention because I have highlighted the fact it is native and it will be running a platform. Now, you might be asking yourself, the Android all-in-one bar market is quite saturated. Why would a vendor want to jump into the pool that is already quite full up? Now, DTEN have come to market with a device in this space, but they have looked at unique features to really set it head and shoulders above other players in that market space. If you look behind me, you can see one of those already. We've got a dual screen setup and we've got the bar mounted vertically down the center. Not only does that give you a perfect eye level view in a dual screen setup, but it also gives you a really nice focal view as well, meaning the far end participant is really getting looked in the eyes by everyone in the meeting room space. A little psychological factor that makes them feel more in that meeting room environment, as opposed to just being a hybrid participant. Now, let's say we go for a single screen setup, for instance. That bar can also be mounted horizontally, again making sure you've got that perfect eye level as well as that perfect focal point. Before we dive into specific features of the DTEN bar, something I want to talk about first. It might sound boring, but it is really important, so do bear with me. The bar itself is running on DTEN's own OS built on Android 12. And that's really important because they have thought about how bars working with Android need to look for the future. The processors inside of it too are very high quality processors, which again, they factored into that future proofing of the device. So as ecosystems, let's say like Zoom, add more features to their platforms, the bar will be ready and waiting to adapt with them. Now, DTEN obviously can't look into the future, so they don't know how far that can go, but it is a nice thought that they've put into their device so they can keep ahead of the game effectively, ready and waiting to keep your investment safe as those platforms like to develop and give you more features. Core features for us to talk about the bar then. It's got a 12 microphone array built into it, which will capture up to about 7.5 meters, giving you a good idea of what kind of space the bar can go into. It's got dual 15 watt stereo speakers in there, so combined that's 30 watts. Again, giving you a good idea on how much sound the bar can pump out for that people count within a space, because people do dampen the sound that comes out of speakers within rooms. The camera in the bar is a 4K camera, meaning we get a very high quality video stream from the room, as well as being able to tap into some AI features that make the bar better when it comes to framing individuals in the space. All of that we will talk about though later on in the video. Future thinking and making sure your investment goes a long way, DTEN have also thought about their View and View Pro cameras. Yes, they are compatible with this to take your meeting room that little bit further. At the moment, AI is something everybody is talking about. The meeting room space is another environment that is not exempt from this AI conversation. Currently, we can see features like multi-streaming, multi-framing, smart framing, and smart galleries, where basically cameras take in a feed from the room and then AI does its magic to frame everyone in the space very nicely. Thinking forward into the future and making the bar last the test of time, DTEN have looked into what might be coming at a later date and how things like that are developing. Not only can you use the camera on board on this device, but also, like I touched on earlier, you can pair it with the View and the View Pro cameras so you can get those multiple streams. So that way, instead of just AI using one camera image and breaking that up for people, you can now use multiple streams to get a crystal clear view, just like DTEN are doing on some of their other products in their portfolio. As you can see, this bar is bringing a lot to the market. We've got different mounting options. We've got AI features that we're using now. We've got future AI features that are coming. We've got high processing powers. We've got the latest Android. We've got DTEN's operating system. There is a lot that this package is bringing, which means it's a great package to be thinking about when you're looking at kitting out your meeting room spaces. Whether you're a pre-existing DTEN customer that might be using one of their all-in-ones, or you're just new to DTEN, the Mate and the Bar are a great combination to enhance your meeting room experience. As always, we've covered a lot in this video. If you've got any questions, please feel free to leave us a comment below or fire over an email to ucc@midwich.com. In the description, we will be linking PDFs so you can read over the literature in your own time. Better still though, if you want to come down to Innovation House, ucc@midwich.com, send us over an email and we'll get you booked in so you can get some hands-on with the kit. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, and more importantly, hit that bell notification icon so you can stay up to date with all the latest videos here on Midwich TV. I'm Louis Robinson, I hope you've enjoyed the video.